your Station of the Year Merit Award winner. This is Western Mass News.
New information on the police search from last night around the North Branch Parkway neighborhood in Springfield. Thanks for joining us for Western Mass News at 6 on this Friday. I'm Chris Pisano. Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson now joining us live in studio after she spoke with local residents about that frightening incident. Addie.
Chris, a lot has developed on that story since last night. As of today, police say they no longer believe any remaining suspects are in the North Branch Parkway area. However, residents I spoke with earlier today say it was a scary situation last night.
I was afraid because I have my kids here.
A frightening scene in Springfield on Thursday night as police search for several suspects believed to be armed and dangerous. Police say detectives were out conducting surveillance on Fernald Street around 7 p.m. when two subjects walked out of a home and began shooting at the undercover cruiser. Those shots hitting the cruiser, police then saw a truck leave that same home on Fernald Street as it began to speed away. Officers lost sight of that truck but saw another car that was actively stolen and was connected to the Fernald Street address. The driver of that vehicle sped away from police before crashing in the area of Fox Road and Grayson Drive. Those inside the car got out and ran away. For several hours, Springfield police searched the area with canines, a drone, and assistance by the Massachusetts State Police Air Wing. Since then, police secured, identified, and released several suspects.
People have no regard for others nowadays. It's crazy.
Western Mass News caught up with area resident Jasmine Taylor. She tells us she believes one of the suspects entered onto her property last night.
This morning, the fence was open and there was footsteps in the yard.
We also spoke with local resident Tiffany Lopez, who says her parents live in the North Branch Parkway area. She tells Western Mass News she was worried about her family all throughout the night.
It was kind of nerve-wracking. I kept checking up on them.
Now, Springfield Police Superintendent Larry Akers also releasing a statement about last night's incident, saying, quote, "It's not clear if these suspects knew that they were shooting at police officers, but their brazen actions show no regard for human life or the consequences they may face. The investigation into last night's events is ongoing." For now, reporting live in studio, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.
Addie, thank you for that live report. New at 6, a woman's in custody after crashing into a building and hitting a police cruiser with officers.